Hi there, this is Bridget with Divine Essentials. So, we've had some big stuff going on at this time. Lots of synchronicity, lots of information coming in, a lot of downloads. It has been extremely intense, like extremely intense, to the point where I haven't been able to even do anything. And I'm very thankful and grateful that for whatever reason, all of this is happening on a week where I had like I have time, you know, I'm on a 2-week wait, so I have a few days before the readings I have on my list are due back. And I really feel like Spirit like knew, because I'm honestly like releasing so much, a lot of tears. I haven't cried this much like in a long time. Like when my mom died, I cried, but like this is different. I feel like I'm crying for a lot of people right now, and it makes sense. So we're going to get into it, but first, I just want you guys to take a nice deep breath, especially if you've been feeling this energy, if you've been feeling upset, if you've been feeling triggered, anger, whatever. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In and out. And on the third one, I want you to think about what it could be connected to. Whatever the first thing that pops up into your mind, breathe in. And when you let it out, this time I want you to release that energy, that thought, whatever it is, and just let it go. All right. I wanted to do this also because I know the collective energy is intense right now, and I feel like this will help me to kind of feel a little bit less so like all over the place while I try to do this like little mini energy update reading thing. I've also brought out the Mesa because the information that I've been receiving today is very deep into the ancestors. It's very deep into the shamanic path that I'm on, receiving nonstop confirmation. We're coming to the end of a 9-year cycle we're at the end of a 9-year cycle. And from what I've gathered through what I've received, there's a lot of ancestral stuff that we're releasing due to that, but also 3D stuff that we've dealt with within this lifetime. So, you know, people that you may have been friends with that you're no longer friends with, you're like mourning that, okay? Family members who maybe have passed over, or friends who have passed over, that energy. Anything like that, okay? Anything like that that has happened within this past 9 years is coming up and out to be purged before we go into the next cycle. For the Twin Flame community, I feel like it's going to be really big because we have to release the attachment to our counterparts. We have to release the attachment to what we perceive to be love. We have to let go of the attachment to outcome in these situations. And that doesn't mean you're giving up. It just means that you're releasing, you know, your third dimensional limited belief type of stuff surrounding it. You don't even have to know what that means. You just have to know that you're open to it. You don't have to be open to it, but if you're open to it, it's going to help you a lot more in processing all of this energy that's coming in right now, because you're going into it with like an open mind, you know, like, and you're being open to releasing what's holding us back from our new beginnings. So if you're feeling like, I know for me, I am very resistant to change. I get very upset by change. As a Taurus, I'm a little stubborn with shit. So I know that like the intensity that I'm feeling is in connection to that. So if you're feeling a lot of intensity, you know, it may be time to own up to things that aren't serving you anymore, or beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. And if you don't know what they are, you go into meditation with the intention to figure them out. And also know that they're not just your beliefs. They have been passed down to you from your ancestors, from your friends, from the people who taught you when you were in school. We've been programmed our entire lives to hold on to things that are not serving us. And so is your counterpart. But this work I want you to focus on you, okay? I don't want you to be doing things because you think it's going to impact that. That is a part of that attachment. That isn't serving you. Know that if this is your true twin, whatever you do will impact them because they're your freaking other half, right? And also, any stuff that you've got coming up right now, any triggers you've got coming up from other people, from friends or whatever, they're your mirror too. You know, your twin flame's your divine mirror, but these people are your mirror as well. They're there to show you things. They're there to trigger things. Whether you like a person or dislike a person, there's something there that they're showing you. And, you know, if you like them, it's something you like about yourself. If you dislike them, it's something that you were like taught not to like. And so you think of it as a bad thing. And we really need to shift our perspectives upwards into this divine unconditional love for everybody, not just your twin. You got to love everybody unconditionally through a new perspective if you want to release and heal and all of that. And that does not mean you allow for bad behavior or allow for people to be a part of your life who are, you know, negative or doing things that don't feel good. But you want to release yourself from that energy. You want to say, okay, you know, just be thankful for the lesson, and then, you know, release any anger or whatever and just let it go so that you're not holding on to stuff. But yes, so tonight is a very powerful night, and you may benefit from releasing and forgiving through like the moon. Okay, so what you would do is you'd write down a list of the things that you want to release, and like maybe a list of things that you want to bring in. So I did this a little while ago, and I burned the paper outside under the moonlight. Okay, so you just, it doesn't have to be a big huge thing. Like I light Palo Santo, I clear the energy, I clear the paper. I write with the intention of what I want to release. Like I put down the attachment to the twin flame, sadness, anger, and a couple of other things. I can't remember exactly what it was, but then, you know, also things I wanted to bring in, unconditional love. And because I'm releasing the attachment to outcome and stuff like that, I said unconditional love with the intention that whatever the universe wants to bring to me for love, I'm open to it, because I can't stay in that limited place of having expectations on what I think love is. You know what I mean? So I'm just being open to unconditional love, the way that the universe wants to present it to me and whom they want to present it to me through, and releasing any attachments to outcomes and things like that. Now, that's my specific thing. You can do whatever you want, but I do recommend releasing the things that you know internally are causing conflict right now. Because if you're sad, if you're mad, if you're angry or whatever, you know, that energy will ripple over to your person, and you know, that'll keep you in separation. So anything that's inside of you that you know isn't serving you, let it go. And try to release that attachment to that outcome, though. I feel like so many people only get driven to do things because they think it's going to bring them into alignment with their twin. And I know not all of you are like that, but there are people out there that their only actions are coming because of their counterpart, and that's counterproductive, because you really need to start doing this stuff for yourself, because this is what you signed up to do, and let them deal with what they need to deal with. Now, this is just some of the synchronicity that I received today too from this stuff, and it's been a continuation throughout the week. Like if you've watched the videos I've done recently, you'll see the pattern. Also, with this moon energy, would be a good time to empty everything out of your pocketbook, everything out of your wallet, and put that in the moonlight with the intention to fill it back up times 3, times 5, whatever. I've manifested thousands of dollars through this ritual, and tonight is the most powerful moon we're going to have this year. Some people are saying it's the most powerful one we've had, and by the energy that I've been in, I would agree, because I'm all over I literally like have been sleeping more than ever. Wicked recluse, like locked up in tears, like literally like crying that I've never done, like I never cried like this before. And that's what's telling me, like, it's connected to this energy that we have here. It's not just one thing. It's 9-year cycle that we're releasing, we're forgiving, we're healing. And it's also that ancestral stuff. So it's not just 9 years, it's like decades, thousands of years. So The Mesa is also open too because of the ancestral energy that is here, and this is a very healing, powerful thing. This is the shaman's like portable altar basically, and like their chompy stones are here. Each one is for a different chakra. There's a water element. There's supposed to be fire element. I didn't do everything just because the energy of it's powerful enough. Even if I had closed it up and kept it closed, the energy would still be there. But I wanted you guys to be able to kind of receive the energy from it. And each one of these stones have been activated for something differently. These are the shaman's balls. This is the alto mosaic energy. This has been sand that's been struck by lightning, so you could blow through it to clear a chakra, things like that. There's all different stuff here that does all different things, but basically the intention tonight was to help people could ground, to pull shit out that isn't serving, and to bring new energy in that is going to help you, okay? So just, if you're here watching, you can just, connect with that energy if you feel called to it. Maybe even do a little bit of a meditation with it. Anyway, Jaguar is huge right now, and Ixchel. And Ixchel is actually the one that connects with the Jaguar. If you watched the last reading I did talk about what she assists us with, and it's releasing. So, tonight would be a perfect night to even do that ritual. If you are interested in doing that ritual, go and watch the last reading I posted with her in it. And just know that it's powerful to help you, like getting rid of anything that isn't serving. Basically, it's pretty simple too. You don't have to do a whole bunch of things. But when you need to purge yourself of something, be it a habit, a feeling, or physical stuff, you create the jar of Ixchel to aid you. And the jar should be created during a waning moon cycle or dark moon. But I feel like with the energies that we have right now and the confirmations I've been receiving nonstop in regards to this, you can do it tonight. You could do it any night. And honestly, you can do this stuff without this stuff too. But again, if you want to know like the full thing, I would go watch that because I don't want to be on too long. I am exhausted. But it just says it is time to release an old belief or bad habit. Imbalances of all kinds will fall away. Your pain will soon ease. So if you've been in pain, if you've been feeling sad, if you've been feeling upset, use this. And it was also funny too because ISIS information has been coming to me. And when I went to look up Ixchel, because this morning I pulled Ixchel again, ISIS is right before her. And she's all about protection. So like if you want to call on ISIS to give you protection, if you want to call on Ixchel to help you release, those will be great things at this time. So Isis is also bringing in like the divine mothering, good protection energy. She is helping with like the maternal side of the ancestral stuff, okay? And I feel like Ixchel is helping with the paternal side. So also earlier today, I've had so much confirmation and weirdness. So I got the Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, the Messenger of Air, the World, and then Justice was on the bottom of the deck. For whatever reason, I think I started watching someone's reading, and like all of these ones came out. Justice and the World and the Fortune's Wheel all came out. And so I think it was Mystic Moon's post today, actually. So if you wanted to go watch that from further information on this, she was saying how it's connected to our destiny and things like that. When she sees these cards together, these three cards together, it's all about like our destiny and things that are meant to happen. But it's also about like allowing ourselves to close out old cycles for new beginnings to come in. And that's what this whole freaking moon is about. So we need to be surrendering into these new beginnings. And what I found was funny is for whatever reason, this Messenger of Air wasn't part of her reading, right? So I went and I Googled it, and I ended up, I don't even know when the post was from, but it took me, like, you know how Google can take you to a Facebook post sometimes? It took me to someone's Facebook post with the Messenger of Air. And the information that she had received about it was about releasing. Again, it was all about releasing. Of ancestral and outdated shit that doesn't serve us. So this message has been coming in all day. The reason I'm sharing this with you guys is to give you this confirmation. And I feel like this is part of what I'm supposed to be doing now, is like giving you these little energy updates. So we'll see how they go. But basically, we're healing this ancestral stuff, and like, you need to allow this stuff to come in. This is a message from Spirit coming in, and it's going to aid you with what you're creating in this world. It's going to aid you with this next phase. You know, both of these also I see as like a new phase in bringing justice into your life. getting rid of the shit that has been stuck and stagnant, that we don't need anymore. We don't need this shit in our lives, right? We need to have movement and flow. We need to have justice and happiness and abundance. We don't need it, but it's a far better place to be. And if we're in this energy, we keep ourselves from attaining our destiny and the things that we're trying to manifest into our lives. So we need to allow for this to happen. And also, I feel like calling on the Jaguar, specifically for those within the twin flame journey, is going to be beneficial because it connects to your relationships. And it's going to help you like clear up any energetic debris that isn't serving that connection anymore. So, the Hangman was actually coming out for feminine too. So feminine has been in this paused energy. And think about that, all right? And if you've been in that paused energy, what's that going to do to the person that's on your other side? What's that going to do to the people in your reality? What's that going to do to your career, to your money, to your everything? We need to get out of that. And I really feel like this is a big opportunity to do that, to get rid of this stuff. We're also dealing with karma and destiny with all of these cards. So, you know, whatever karma you're holding on to or things that you're not releasing, because like karma, you could be on the receiving end of karma that you never forgiven, and so you're just keeping yourself stuck within it. So you got to start forgiving people, no matter how bad they were. You don't. That doesn't mean that you allow them back into your life or that you say okay to bad behavior. You just forgive them so that you can release that shit, and then you can start manifesting your highest and best and whatever that means. Also, I've been receiving the song I Like Me Better When I'm With You, and my ears ring every time I hear it. So that may be specific for one of you guys, or you guys, you know, take it as it resonates. But this song has been in my head all day long. I like me better when I'm with you. But I think that's more so twin stuff. But this other stuff is like collective stuff. This stuff is happening collectively. This is a big thing that we're going through. And we're also going to be going into like the retrogrades, Mercury retrograde, and all of that energy. Now, I'm going to read you guys this card because guess what happened? So you guys saw me get Ixchel last night. I don't know if you saw me, but I got Ixchel last night. Got her again this morning when I was crying and asking, what do I need? And it was to release. I'm like, okay, I gotta release. And then I got these cards, and when I swear to God, they were out on my table. When Mystic Moon updated, I went and watched her update, and these cards were in her reading, and it was going and fitting in. That's why I wrote everything down. I've started a synchronicity calendar book because I can't keep up with it anymore. So this is just from today. And I really didn't write everything down because I was crying most of the day. But anyways, this is the card that I pulled tonight for us. Medicine of the Rainbow Jaguar. So we've got Rainbow again, we've got Jaguar again, and we've got Ixchel again. So I'm telling you guys, this is big, powerful stuff that we need to know at this time. And that's the only reason why I'm sharing it, is because I just feel like I'm supposed to be your guys' guide during this. And it's really hard for me because sometimes I don't want to share stuff because of my own personal journey. Like, I don't want that person to know everything, but I've decided that I'm releasing the attachment to that, and I don't really care what that person thinks or sees or whatever anymore, and I'm just going to focus on being the guide for all of you and doing the best I can do to assist you all on your journey, because I really feel like this journey has assisted me in healing and releasing so much, and like understanding so much more about not just this connection but so many other things. And I really feel like at some point I'm going to evolve past like even being impacted by it. Especially with what I've been purging today, it's almost like I can't explain it other than like in the past, that when I just was like completely done with something, I had no emotion left for it. I feel like that's where this is headed. Like, everything is just purging out of me completely, and it's resetting me. So, and I think it's through me doing this work that is helping me with that. So I want to help you guys with yours. And I'm not saying that I want you guys to get there or anything. It's just that I feel like that's where I'm at. And so I'm just going to give you the information that I received that I feel is pertinent to you guys. So, Ixchel, medicine of the rainbow Jaguar. Ixchel protects you now as you transition from one life phase to the next. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you on how to use great power with wisdom to nourish only what is worthy. Using Jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the Jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow and divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. You are going through a transition. Cultivate hope and stay true to your intentions. Let nothing divert you from your true path. If you have a new project, vision, or lifestyle that you are seeking to bring into the world, Ixchel is guiding and guarding for you a healthy birth. She also brings a message that there are times when fierceness is necessary. It is important that you cut off negative sources completely at this time and do not allow yourself to be used or exploited. This is not the time to indulge someone else's ego or go against your own inner knowing in order to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Trust your instincts and break immediately from what isn't right from you. This will bring you new opportunities and situations that are worthy of your passionate devotion. Spiritual guidance. Ixchel, goddess of the rainbow light, is responsible for sending rain to nourish the crops, ensuring fertility in life. She overturns her divine womb and allows sacred life-giving rain to fall into the soul, promoting growth. The rainbow light of Ixchel is an oracle of renewal. This is your sign that all is in accord with life, that new beginnings shall stem from the past, that there is power to create, and that what is beautiful, necessary, and healing shall flow to you and through you into the world. Ixchel holds Jaguar medicine. Jaguar thrives in many environments, being able to climb, run, and swim. Because of its mastery over height, distance, and water, it is said at a spiritual level to hold power throughout all dimensions. Its medicine brings the ability to move in darkness without fear, to see clearly through chaos, to evade and to destroy. Jaguar medicine is fierce, decisive, powerful, and irreversible. Ixchel brings you this medicine now for your own soul journey. A definitive conquering of darkness is at hand. Ixchel's teaching include her story of falling passionately in love with a man who did not respect her. Eventually, to get away from him, she shapeshifted into a jaguar, becoming invisible whenever he sought her out. In this way, she evaded him and saved herself and the world, which relied upon her bounty and vitality, from destruction. Ixchel teaches us the need to confront what isn't working in our lives, including the influence of negative people, honestly, without fear or compromise. Jaguar is not a halfway medicine. If we allow unworthy influences to take up residence in our minds, our hearts, our souls, even just a little, they will eventually be our undoing, eroding our happiness, self-esteem, vitality, and ability to fulfill our passionate purpose. Ixchel brings Jaguar to remind us that exploitation, abuse, and disrespect are unacceptable and must be dealt with effectively according to correct timing and with absolute certainty in our hearts. This is not about harming another, but about cutting off the influence in our souls. Jaguar medicine is great power and can be used for good or ill. Purity of heart and mind becomes increasingly important as spiritual power grows. Make yourself unavailable to negativity, gossip, or ill will in any way. Seek out the honest and the constructive. Share your power and devotion judiciously and only with that which serves your true values. And now the healing process. Find a place to relax. Feel or imagine that there is a rainbow starting at your left side, arcing over your head and landing on your right side. The right side then arcs underneath you and joins back up with the start of the rainbow on your left. You now have an oval rainbow shape around you. Say aloud, "The rainbow light brings me healing, blessing, and spiritual grace now, according to unconditional divine love. The Divine Mother brings me all that I need with such generosity and wisdom." Rest in this rainbow light, allowing it to bring you healing. All you need to do is relax for as long as it feels right. And when you are ready, say aloud, "Jaguar medicine honors my soul and divine love now." Allow yourself to feel, imagine, or visualize that there is a jaguar emerging from the depths of your soul. The muscular, lean body pulsates with power even in rest. This potency bristles just beneath your skin, and a layer of fur rests above your skin. Your head is sturdy and broad. Your jaw, which can open wide, is powerful, and your tongue is loose and long. You use your senses to see without seeing. You are aware of the space all around you in all directions, missing nothing. Let yourself feel more vital and alive now. Your teeth are fangs. Your fingernails and toenails are sharp claws extending. On your next exhalation, bare your fangs. Do not direct this energy towards a person, but rather towards an energy of negativity. Use your claws to swipe through what is no longer needed. Jaguar doesn't need a lot of movement to be effective. One shearing swipe is enough. The medicine has provided its remedy. Rest as your jaguar form fades. Your human soul emerges cleansed and renewed, and bring your attention back to the rainbow light that surrounds you. Allow it to concentrate itself gently into the depths of your soul, and rest for as long as you need. You have completed your healing process. All right. So I know when I was reading that, I didn't read this earlier until just now, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I don't want anybody to get triggered by this. I know for some of you, like, this is not going to be in connection to your twin. But for some of you, I feel like it is. And this isn't saying that you're cutting them out of your life completely, forever. It's you're cutting out the version that doesn't honor you or love you or bring you, like, happiness and joy. If you're feeling sad, if you don't have any self-esteem, if your vitality and ability to do things that you once were able to do and find joy in is disappearing, you really need to release it. You need to call an Ixchel. Now, if you're somebody that's just dealing with other people in your life that you feel, because I feel like for some it's going to be this, that you could have negative forces like a karmic situation going on in your life, that you're either in a karmic situation or they're in a karmic situation, and you want to cut those people out, okay? Because it may not be your twin that is being disrespectful. It may actually be somebody else in that connection. And another thing too is I know a lot of people have had a lot of like attachment things going on where there's entities kind of coming in and taking over. I'm a big believer that the only way an entity can take over is if you give your power to it, or if you're fearful of it, or you're, feeding it through that way. Or if you do things that are very, like if you're in a very low vibration, yes, they will attach to you. But if you're somebody who's spiritual and doing, work like this, don't feed it fear. Know that you are stronger than it. You can get rid of it. Call on Ixchel and the Jaguar to come in and assist you with that as well, of releasing. This is all about releasing what isn't working in your lives, what isn't working through your connections, whether it's a twin flame connection or just in your life. It's all connected, okay? So, please don't get triggered by that. I'm probably going to have to say, I'm going to put something in the title so that people read that just because I'm doing this in regards to, and it's like, I'm not doing this to the 5D version, okay? I'm doing this to the 3D version because the 3D version has done this to me. So it's like, I'm not going to do this anymore, but that doesn't mean that all of you are going to be there. I feel like for some of you, it could really be that you're being impacted by a negative entity or a negative karmic situation that could be impacting it, that needs to come out. And I mean, I would love to believe that in my situation, but I don't. I believe that in my situation, it's just the way that person is right now. So everybody's going to be different with this. And again, even if it is your twin that you decide you're going to do this with because they haven't been good to you, that you haven't been feeling good because of the things that you've allowed them to maybe do, and it's like they give you if it's like they've just been giving you halfway bullshit, and going back and forth in that way, you want to get rid of that because it's destructive to you. And it doesn't mean you're getting rid of them entirely out of your life. You never will. There is still a 5D version that you're going to connect with very much. I mean, this has been my intention all day long. And I'm still, I like me better when I'm with you. And I'm like, shut up, So just know that you can never kill the connection, but you can kill the shit that's not serving the connection, okay? And I feel like that's important right now. Like, we need to get rid of the shit that's not serving the connection. And it may have to be the 3D version for a little while. And it may even have to be the 3D version for a very long time. But I'm okay with that because I don't want the version that's here right now, not the way that it's been showing up anyways. So I'm just doing what I'm called to do. And I think everybody should tap into this the way that they feel they're called to do it.
And if you get triggered by this video, you don't like this video just because I'm saying this in regards to my thing, that's fine. Everybody has different opinions. I spent all day in reflection about it before, coming to that final conclusion that this is what Spirit is trying to show me. And Spirit, I've been receiving that message all week, that Spirit has been trying to give me a message that I was missing. And it was because I thought, I was in that hopeful energy, like, yeah, things are going to be good, because I had heard from them. And now I'm realizing what it was, that I think, honestly, they brought me that last one because I needed that last one for me to be like, okay, that's just not going to fly in my world, okay? Like, I don't deserve that. So, you may actually even have something come into your life. So you may have some tower moments coming. And I don't want to say that and have people focusing on that in a place of fear. I'm just saying that so that you know that you could have some tower moments. And please, 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 if you hear from somebody that you've dealt with in the past that has had bad behaviors or things that just really, that hurt you, and they come back and you feel like that's, like, if you're scared in your gut to take, like, what they're saying, trust your gut, okay? I really wish that I had trusted my gut, because I didn't, and now I'm a mess again. But it's for a reason. It's all for a higher reason and a higher purpose. So just know that whatever happens is for a higher purpose and a higher reason. And we just have to keep going through this. Like, I actually, even today when I was crying, I was like, what did I do? Like, what did I do to deserve this? But I was in a victim mentality, and that's not a good place to be, because that lowers the vibration. Like, I can feel my vibration go down just by me saying that out loud, but I was thinking that. I was like, what karma? Because I saw the karma stuff, I saw the ancestral stuff, and I'm like, what did I do? But it's like, we're healing karma for a lifetime. So even, like, I'm trying not to take it personal, that the things that have been done to me, because I know there's a reason for their actions and their lack of ability to be somebody that doesn't do that stuff. And it's like, we're all going through shit. So I need to just release, forgive, and know that there's a higher divine purpose behind everything. And that's the best way we can really look at things, so that we're not a victim of the things, so that our vibrations don't shrink. And by no means am I saying be okay with the behaviors and allow the behaviors to continue. I'm just saying don't allow it to destroy you in your emotional peace. We got to focus on gratitude. And focus on the aspects of the journey that bring you joy. Practice gratitude to assist in bringing forth more of the good, balanced, peaceful parts of this story. I am grateful for you is from your counterpart. So, and again, guys, just because I am going through this doesn't mean that I'm going to try to make you guys go through what I go through. I am going to give you the messages that I'm receiving for you to take them into your life and into your connection in the best way possible. And I really think that if you guys have been on this journey and you've been waiting for your person to come back, right now is a great time to be practicing gratitude, because everything is going to be amplified with this moon energy. And if you're focusing on the good parts of the journey, and you're grateful and keep thinking about that, like, write the things down, it's really going to shift the vibration. It's going to bring more things into your reality to be grateful for. And that could be bringing in your counterpart, because you're grateful for them, right? And they're saying, I'm grateful for you. So that's a beautiful message for you guys. So, and I feel like inner conflict, it is time to go within and get clear on what it is you want. Do you still love me? So for those of you who have been going through this energy of, like, they come in and they hurt you and they leave, and they come in and they hurt you and they leave, and it's like this thing of this, we also have to look at the inner conflict that's going on. There may be a reason for this happening on our part. I take full responsibility. There's something in this connection that's not working. And that's the whole purpose, is to heal. So we really want to go within and get clear on what it is that we actually do want. Because if we're not clear with that, that allows them the room to show up in a way that isn't right. Right? So, like, I feel like because my separation had been so long, I started, like, giving into that idea of, like, well, maybe this, or well, maybe that. Like, instead of having that set thing up in my brain about how I wanted them to come back to me, I started letting that stuff go. And so when they came back very much like they had been in the past. But I didn't trust my gut, and so, I let that thing repeat. But it's like, we need to get clear on that so that you don't manifest that, okay? So like if you guys want to manifest your person coming back to you, be very clear on how you want it, especially if they've come to you in the past in ways that weren't good. If they just came because they wanted to have sex with you, if they just came because they were lonely or they wanted like an ego boost or whatever, however it was, or they came to you because they had a fight with their wife, whatever it was that was hurtful to you, you want to make sure you're not focusing on allowing that to happen again. Even if you're feeling very lonely, even if you really want them to come back, trust me, it is not worth it. And I also feel like some of the divine masculines could be picking up on this energy of the feminine getting to this point of being like, I don't want this anymore, and asking, do you still love me? That's not going to be for everybody. That's going to be for some of you who are going through that energy of detachment and being like at a place of just frustrated with the connection. And I've seen a lot of comments where people are, so please don't get triggered. Just know that there's so many, this isn't a pick a pile. There's a lot of people out there. We're all on different points of the journey. Take what resonates, leave the rest, utilize what is good and for you, and then leave the rest. You know, don't take what I'm going through or what another person's going through on as your own. If you're doing that, you're living in your ego and you're living in a place of judgment, and you're not taking the message that Spirit has guided you to take. If you're here, you are here for a reason. Spirit guided you here. So take what is needed and leave the rest. And your person could actually be asking you too, do you still love me? So, you know, think about what inner conflict you could have going on that makes them feel that way. Do you ask that question of them? Because they're your mirror. So it's time to get clear. A lot of meditation is needed at this time so that we can figure this stuff out. I'm going to use the romantic tarot just to get you guys a couple more messages, and then I'm going to get off because I don't want to go way over the thing and have to save this again and do all that stuff I did last night. So basically I'm just going to get masculine and feminine. We got Hierophant and the High Priestess. Funny. So we had these two last night. This is basically the High Priest and this is the High Priestess. This is a couple, and I said I'm going to get the masculine and the feminine, and I've got them. On the bottom we have Judgment. All right, so for many of you, you actually may be coming out of a time of silence for the higher level commitment, and, you know, Spirit's coming in to blow the horn. For some of you, I do feel like what this is that like silence is going to continue for this next part of the journey, and the next, but regardless, the next part of this journey is the next level commitment, and I think masculines are awakening. They're going through some bullshit that they don't understand right now fully. Not all of them. If you're a masculine here watching, you're clearly already awake and aware of this journey. But I feel like a lot of masculines who are not awake are going through some shit at this time, and they're processing a lot. Be mindful of all the stuff that's going on. Endings of a 9-year cycle is big. Spirit is coming in and clearing out shit. Divine Feminine, you're going to have to do a lot of work, like tuning into your intuition. The High Priestess is all about your intuition. And just know that whatever is going on, however it feels, it is all part of the process. And I find it funny, these are all major arcana cards. Like, this is, I feel like this is shared energy, and this is the two of them. So we're going to start with Divine Feminine, the High Priestess, the Grand Lady. Secrets fuel the fire from under the ash. Knowing is having, because those who know never have doubts. Wisdom. So I'm telling you, ladies, trust this. If your person comes back at you and it doesn't feel like it's renewed energy, if it feels like trickster energy or whatever, don't go into it, okay? Make sure that you're being clear on what you want so that that can manifest into your reality. You know, cut out the stuff that isn't serving so that that doesn't manifest, so that you know that they're coming back in a good energy towards you. They're not coming back to repeat the ways of the past. Nobody wants that. I know you guys don't want that. Hierophant, the Prince of Faith. Sometimes you need to forgive. Spiritual peace quells passions. It opens the door to intelligent love, self-control. So I actually feel like masculines are going through this time where they're needing to forgive their feminine. And I feel like it's because they feel like she's been silent on them. I know a lot of feminines finally walked away from stuff, and they're upset about it. And I think some of them kind of just want to prove their point that they can have her again. And it's not a great place. It's not a good energy. But it's there, so I'm going to talk about it. But definitely they're needing to forgive, and they need to, you know, get into this place of understanding and having self-control in regards to their feminine, in regards to the silence, and realizing that, you know, you can't control everything, you know. It's like they need to release control, but they need to have self-control on that, all right? I feel like a lot of them want to control the outcomes of things. They want to control how their feminine feels about them, particularly when they feel them pulling away. they don't like it. So, you know, and everybody's going to be different, but I just feel like basically what I'm picking up from this is that we're going to have to trust intuition is increasing, feminine's intuition is increasing. You're also going to be receiving new downloads. You're going to be receiving new gifts. Gifts that you have now are going to be amplified. So if you're receiving stuff telepathically or through your dreams or whatever, pay attention to them, because these are messages for you to understand this connection better and to really, you know, have that divine knowing so that you don't have doubts. Like if you've been doubting, is this my twin? Spirit's going to show you now. You know, like, trust that Spirit's going to show you, and they will. There are some things that are being hidden from us, but I feel like they're now becoming clear, because I've been having a lot of epiphanies today and understanding a lot of things that I was in resistance to. So I think a lot of us are going to be going through that. Trust that inner knowing and just allow whatever you receive to be received. If it changes, and again, like, just because I have this perspective today doesn't mean I'll have it tomorrow or in 2 days. Our perspectives continuously change. That is a big thing about releasing the ego, is not holding on to outdated things. Because if I were to hold on to beliefs that I had, you know, a few years ago, I wouldn't be where I am now. So we need to constantly evolve and shift. But I also feel like with this energy, the masculine may be asking the feminine to forgive him for things that he's done. Okay, so whatever's been going on, oh shit, we're going over time again. So I'm going to have to pace these together. Whatever has gone on between you guys, he's asking for forgiveness, okay? And only you are going to know if it's right to forgive. Like, forgive them for their thing, but don't allow them to repeat behaviors of the past, okay? So just forgive them, basically forgive, but don't forget, and don't allow it to repeat. But they are asking for forgiveness, and I feel like those that are asking for forgiveness have actually changed and will be coming back for the next level commitment. Because Spirit has come in and has awakened them and has made them realize the error of their ways, has made them see, you know, what they have done to their feminine maybe. And maybe even vice versa for some of you. I feel like, you know, some of the feminines are awakening and asking for forgiveness from their masculine for things that they may have done wrong within their connection. And that I feel like that's only for a few, because there are masculines that are watching these videos too, ladies. Remember that. Okay, and so with... Where is it? Judgment. Beyond the threshold, it is time to decide. Either the mind or the heart will win. If there has already been a choice made in the past, it must be followed. The point of arrival. So, this is coming, guys. Like, I think masculines and feminines both are making decisions right now, and we just got that message. Make a decision on clearly what you want. Is it going to be the heart, or is it going to be the mind? I am following my heart right now with all of this, because my heart is hurting and I know I need to heal it. So I'm following my heart with this work and doing what I'm called to do. Where this leads me, I don't know, because like I just said, perspectives change moment to moment. But I also know that my following my heart doesn't mean that my person will follow his heart. But we have to, you know, follow what we feel called to follow. For some of us, I feel like we should be more logical about things too. But it's just time to decide what we want. I don't think, when they're saying, like, either the mind or the heart will win, I feel like that's not a very good balanced place. Like, yes, we want to be logical and creative. Like, you want to be a balancing of masculine and feminine energies. Logical is more masculine, heart is more feminine. So I don't, you know, it's like basically saying either the masculine or the feminine will win. That's not a great energy, so I don't really agree with it. But I feel like what this is saying energetically through me without this book is that this time of judgment is coming, and you're either going to have to, like, continue to follow your heart or follow your mind. But I feel like you should balance those two things out, because you may be wanting to follow your heart when they come to approach you, but if you don't listen to your mind, your heart may really get hurt. So I really feel like more so we need to balance, especially how this came out, because it feels very much like masculine and feminine came out with shared energy, because both need to listen to that. Masculines need to tune into their logical side a little bit and their heart, and feminine's the same thing. Like, we can't be, you know, completely, holy shit, that thing is back. We can't be completely navigating through just one aspect of ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's time for a place of balance, and the Ace of Wands is on the bottom, so we'll see what that says real quick. Now that the timer went off. The walking stick. There is no return from the voyage you are taking. The dream fairies have opened their wings and are ready to fly with you news. So again, like even if I make that decision to cut that thing out, right, to say like I'm cutting him out, it's not him that I'm cutting out. I'm cutting out the behavior of him. I'm cutting out the 3D version of him, but I can't cut out the 5D version. I can't cut out the fact that it's a twin flame, right? I mean, if it's not a twin flame and I do this, he should be gone, and then I'll know. I'll get clarity. But in the past, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to find that out. I am ready now. Like, I want to know, like, is this really him or not, you know? So that's one of the reasons why I've been deciding to do some of the things that I did today. But what this is saying is, like, the path that we're on for many of us, the twin flames, like, this isn't, we can't navigate away from it. Even if we navigate away from 3D versions of each other, we can't navigate away from the 5D versions of each other. And even if we navigate away from the 3D versions right now, something may shift in the future. You may have to be brought back together again as part of, you know, what Spirit has called for you guys to do here. I am a big believer that no matter what happens between you and your counterpart, it's all, like, part of the divine plan. It can hurt like a motherfucker, but we also signed up to go through a lot of pain so that we could help others. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I had to go through what I just went through, because it's like, look how many people I'm connecting with on this journey. I don't want anybody out there with a false belief of thinking like, oh, they're all good now, you know, just because one was or whatever. And I don't want people thinking like things are great and awesome if they're not. Like, I'm not a liar. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like things are fine when my heart is literally falling out of my body. But I'm also not going to allow it to impact you guys. Let me know too. Like, let me know if you feel like I'm like being impacted by my own shit. When I'm reading these, like, I'm trying to read, because I know there's people out there who are probably going very much through the same thing, but there's people out there who aren't. So I want to make sure you're all getting messages that resonate. So let me know, because I will make it a point not to record when I'm upset, because I wasn't going to, but because of this energy so intense, I felt like you guys needed this. So we've got Page of Earth and Strength, and again, World. I really feel like now is the time to tune into that inner strength inside of you. Whatever it is that you need to cut out of your life, it's time to release that stuff, to find the strength to do so. That is going to help you infinitely increase things into your life. Like, this message is just big. Release, release, release. Whether it's ancestral, whether it's related to your counterpart, whether it's just forgiving, this stuff needs to be done. We need to release and we need to heal. With the Page of Earth, this is like it's like the Page of Pentacles, like the person trying to offer something. I feel like masculines may be trying to get the strength up, the courage up to offer something to their feminine as well. And feminine, you may be feeling the same way. You may be trying to get courage and strength to offer something to them, or just even something within the material world. But it definitely feels like it's physical, okay? So you may actually get like something from your counterpart. You may get a message. You know, you may have them come towards you with something. Something is going to happen within the physical world, and it's going to call for strength from one of you. Now, why I'm feeling, all right, for some, you may have to have the strength to say no to a repeat of the past, okay? Or you may have to find the strength to trust that they've changed. And for some of them, I feel like they're finding the strength to come towards you because they've changed, but for some of them they may not have, or they may, like, this is the thing, I feel like they have this love, they have this desire, but they're like, sometimes they feel really good about it, and other times they feel like not so good about it, and that's why they run back and forth from it. Okay, so keep that in mind too. Like, try not to take it personal, and if it does happen, you probably will, but try to release it and know that there's bigger things behind the scenes that we can't really see all the time. So, you know, and that helps you to forgive, and that helps you to move on without holding on to a lot of pain. So I feel like some feminines are going to need strength, and some masculines are looking at strength to come towards the feminine. And it may be vice versa. Feminine may need strength to go towards her masculine. She may feel like she wants to offer him something within the material world. But I definitely feel like big phases and shifts are happening. So this very likely could be that your masculine's gaining the strength to come towards you for the next phase. And it could be leading to union. It could be leading to this Ten of Pentacles, which we saw last night. So you've got, some of you may actually get your loyal companion. You may get to go into this place of abundance and manifesting, healing, and being together on this journey. You know, you've been waiting for your ships to come in, and I feel like for many of you, your ships will come in. And for some, they may come in and not be great. You know, they may come in and you may go back into a cycle of separation. But just know that every time you go through that, you're healing on a deeper level. And it's not meant to be a quick, easy thing. You know, I know it can feel like agony when you're waiting for them, but if they come back too soon, you go back into separation. But sometimes they need to come back so that you can go back into separation, so you can continue to heal and learn. And again, this is why I like doing these readings, because it helps me. You know, it helps me with understanding things. Like when I channel these messages, I receive information at the same time. I'm feeling better just by hearing the messages that I'm channeling. So with the Five of Pentacles, you know, there could have been just like fear around being left out in the cold, around like just having like pain within this connection. But if you've been in that way, you've probably gone into this hermit mode. But this is number 9. Again, endings and new beginnings. Look at the Tower. It's like, this is a big time of transformation. So please do not hold on to that fear. Like, you know, just because something bad happened with somebody else doesn't mean that's going to happen with you. I'm trying to give people tools on how to help that too, so that doesn't happen. Cut the shit out of the connection that you know isn't going to serve the connection, so that it doesn't repeat again. And trust your intuition. I knew, like I fucking knew, okay? Like I knew, but I didn't want to know at the same time, because I was like, well, let's just go see. But it took hours. It took hours for me to drop down into that energy of going. So like I did know, and I actually even pulled cards and got the devil. So I should have known better, but you know, sometimes we do stupid things. But try not to go to that place of thinking like that's going to happen to me, because then you'll manifest it. And I feel like I could have definitely manifested things the way they are right now because of the fears, because of what's happened in the past, because I didn't cut the stuff out energetically, or the beliefs energetically. You know, we really are creators of our reality. So take time to reflect on your connection. Take to reflect on your energy. Start releasing the stuff of the ancestors. Stop, you know, like you could even be holding on to like beliefs that you're going to be broke or poor or whatever because of your ancestors, like having a vow of poverty, or believing that, you know, money is the root of all evil. You can hold on to that, and that can keep you from manifesting abundance. You could be having sickness in your life because your ancestors did it. So you want to just go in and find that belief, ask the Creator to release it for you. Okay, so it's basically just acknowledging it and releasing it and processing it, and then you're good. So, and you can do this in many different ways, like Google it, you know, see what other people say. But, you know, this is going to be a time of healing and transformation. This tower has to crumble so that we can have a new beginning energetically, so that we can have reconciliation for some. And, you know, so you can become the empress within this connection. So I feel like those are good messages, all right? Like things are good. Things will be good for you guys. And I'm looking at the frog spirit over there saying to clear out the clutter. See, Froggy? Clear out the clutter. That message has been coming out a lot too. Whatever isn't serving you in your life, it's time to cut that out. Whether it's people, places, or things, if it's beliefs, you know, it's time to get rid of it and know that that's going to serve you to your highest and best. And really call on the Jaguar, especially now with all this ancestral stuff coming out. Like, I really feel like it's important. So I'm going to get one more little heart card for you guys just to see. We get one from feminine and one from masculine. Not all of them, please. So, be bold and strong, for you are the creator of your own destiny. Look within. You will find everything you need there. Burst forth from your cocoon and fly. The sky is the limit if you follow your heart and your own inner guidance. Listen to what others say, but do not blindly follow their advice, okay? So that's what I was saying throughout this whole thing. Like, yes, you know, some of these messages are for you, but some of them aren't. And just because I've gone through something, don't allow that to hold you back within your connection. So, you know, I really feel like that's important for you guys to hold on to, particularly with any readers, you know, like any readers that you're connecting with, they have their own journeys, and that's why you connect with them, because you resonate with their journey. They may not talk about it openly like I do, but they, you know, are definitely going on their own journey. So if you're resonating with them, it's likely that you share same frequency or energy with them. And that can shift from week to week. Sometimes I watch a reader one week and the next week I don't resonate with anything they say, but then I go back the following week and they're back into my stuff. So, you know, we're all on different waves. We're all on different stuff. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you stop resonating with me, leave and come back later. And then we have your intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys this through emotion and feeling. Spirit's great love and wisdom continuously flows through you like a stream of soft diamond light. Stop for a moment and feel this beautiful flow of energy. Allow it to permeate every part of you. You and spirit are one, intertwined by invisible threads of love. So again, that message basically is telling you like what I've been telling you. We got to trust what we're feeling and allow it, like calm down. If we're feeling like overwhelmed and upset and we're just being triggered and spiraling out of control, like, you got to stop the chatter. You got to stop that and just feel and know that whatever's going on is better. And on the bottom of the deck is, if you want to experience a deeper level of love in your relationship, you must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. Feel and honor the sacred within each other. Be vulnerable and give yourself up to love each other in every moment. In doing so, you will unite in love. You will feel alive, reborn with each breath. One loving thought can create a world of infinite love. So, if you're wanting to have deeper love within this connection, again, surrender to each other, forgive each other, love each other, So I hope that these messages assist you guys. I hope that the full moon isn't kicking your ass like it's kicking mine. I do feel a lot better just through doing this, and that's why I said, I really feel like this work is healing for me on a lot of different levels. And, who knows? Maybe they're having me go through stuff so that I can tell you guys about it. But yeah, these messages have been coming in all week. Ixchel. That's the next direction I go on with my Mesa too. That's why I was like, all right, I'm bringing out the Mesa because this is powerful stuff, and I feel like it will help people and just, give you that extra little boost that you may need in releasing whatever it is that isn't serving you in your life. And I just knocked over a card and saw the star. So just know that wishes are coming true. And I'm going to thank the stones and feed them. This is Florida water. It smells amazing. It is cleansing. And since I have to do the thing anyways, I will close up with you guys here if you're interested in seeing how you close it up. Just because I'm going to have to link the video together now anyways, I might as well just suck it up and keep going because it's not going to impact it now unless I do another 40 minutes, but I don't think I will. So I'm holding my 3 new stones in here because they haven't been activated yet, so I don't want them to be mixed in with my other stones that have been activated. And again, everything in here is a gift. So this was something that was guided. This cloth is over a $200 cloth. It was gifted to me. This was gifted to me. This was gifted to me. These chompy stones are very expensive. They were gifted to me. All of this stuff was gifted to me except for this. This was a $12 cloth I bought because the woman said we needed to have cloth inside. And I was like, all right. And then this was actually, I think, gifted with the cloth. And it was funny because she said to find a rainbow thread to wrap around it. And so it's everything that I needed came to me. All of this stuff came to me before I even decided that I wanted a Mesa. I actually had an old cloth that was gifted to me from somebody. And I started throwing all my stuff in it for Moon Key. And then one day I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me close it up the way that you do. So this is the representation of Earth, this bottom one. And then over here would be, you can decide who you want on top. You do a little thing if you want feminine or masculine on top. And then you do this. And when you pull down, you're pulling down the star energy. And then you just tuck. And so this is your portable Mesa. Your portable altar. Because all your healing tools are in there. And then it was perfect because this was gifted to me. This is actually what do you call it? I forget the name of it. It's a belt from Peru. And it matches perfectly to the colors in the thing on here. So what I do with this is I wrap this up in a way that is an X. I'm wicked snuggery from crying all day too. And it's been funny. My dad has been so funny because he was very hopeful. He was much more positive about this whole thing than I was. And he's like, well, maybe this, well, maybe that, well, maybe this, well, maybe that. And it's no, Dad, it's not any of those things. It's just what it is. but it just is. But it's okay, because it's all part of life. Healing, releasing, learning, growing. Healing, releasing, learning, growing. Healing, releasing, learning, growing. But it was nice to see Dad being like on the side of him, you know. So anyways, that's kind of a shitty way, but this is basically what happens. You know, usually I'm a little bit more OCD about it, but I didn't want to do it too long, so I wrapped this around. But most people would just use like the one that was inside there, that rainbow one. You could use something like that to wrap it up. But all of this was gifted to me. I feel like it goes along perfectly with it. So this is my Mesa. This too is very powerful in itself. Like when I do healing sessions, I put this on people's body. Sometimes I'll open it up if I'm doing like an illumination session, because they have to actually choose a stone out of there so that I know what I need to work on with them. But I can use it like this too. And when you go to ceremonies and things like that, you bring it and it will collect all the energy. So tonight I'm going to put this over with my bag and my wallet, which is on my table over there in front of the window that is facing the moon, and allow it to soak up all the energy of the moon. I actually should open it up and allow it to soak up all the energy, and then I can tie it back up the right way tomorrow. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you liked the video. If you like it, hit the like. If you dislike it, hit dislike. Either way, it can help other people who may resonate with my energy to come along. If you'd like to donate to the channel to help my energy stay up so I can continue to make videos, there's a link down below. Thank you to those who have been donating. I've noticed, you know, even like people who've been donating like $1 or $2. It's awesome sauce, especially when it's like 222 or 111. I love seeing it. And somebody donated the other day and said, I love your voice. So thank you very much. And then there is a wish list down there for new decks. I just used the 2 newest ones that I received as a gift the other day from Marina. So thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. The channel is continuing to grow. I do have the list here of readings that I am working on. You will have it back by the 2-week date. Just know that I haven't been able to do anything because I've been a mess, and I don't want to do private readings when I'm like this. Like, you know, I try to keep my energy out of the things, but like I literally am so upset in a mess that I don't want to like do. I just don't feel like my energy is up enough to do like a private reading and feel like I honored what you paid me. Okay. But I'm definitely setting the intention that I'm going to bed tonight and I am releasing this shit. And when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to feel awesome sauce, and I'm going to add to my synchronicity journal, and things are going to be good. And I'm going to bust through the readings that I have to get back so that my life can move forward and I'm not in a place of sadness or resentment or anything that's not serving to me or serving to my community. So I love you guys. I will probably check in tomorrow. Let me know in the comments if you guys have been feeling the intensity of this, and let me know too, like if you feel like my reading has been impacted by my personal thing, you know, because I'll try to make a point to no longer do that. But I really did try to not, you know, take you guys on that thing with me. So I just feel like some of you could actually be on it there too. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Have a beautiful night. In Mune. Namaste.